This picture is going to be fixed to the wall using a French cleat system. That will ensure that the picture is perfectly flush to the wall. If you look on the back of this, it is actually recessed, which makes using the French cleat system a lot easier. If you don't have a recessed picture frame like this, you can always use flush mounts, which I will cover in a future video. This is the piece of timber that I'm going to use for the French cleat, and I need to cut that across there at approximately 45 degrees. You can do any angle between about 30 and 45. So I've set the saw up so that it's cutting on 45 degrees. I'm going to start that up. I'm just going to push that through there using the push stick, and that will give us two pieces, both at 45 degrees, which will then interlock with each other. Because this French cleat system is only holding a picture, it doesn't need to be held up with anything really strong. So I'm just going to use the quickest fixing for plasterboard or drywall, which is the metal drive screw. That actually comes with a screw which is so long. So obviously that fits to the wall like that, and then that part fits to the picture frame. So we just need to check that these screws are long enough to go through that wood, which they obviously are. And because these are a flathead, we don't actually need to countersink those. So I've actually marked two holes where we need to drill, and they are right at the bottom there. Obviously you do not want to be drilling through the tapered part, so we're going to go straight through that part there at the bottom. For this part of the cleat, we actually need to drill through in that direction, and then the screw will stick out the top there and go into the top of the picture frame. This time I'm going to be using small countersunk screws like that. They will go through there like so, and they will hold this part onto the picture frame. So this time I'm going to use a trend drill bit and countersink. These can save a lot of time and they are very easy to use. So the holes on that piece that goes to the wall need to be large enough diameter so that those screws will go through, and the other piece that fixes to the picture frame needs to have a hole which is countersunk deep enough so that the screws will not catch. So we're just going to check these before we go any further. That is the piece that fits on the inside of the frame. We've got the countersunk holes just there, and we need to ensure that that goes on there that way. To start off with, I'm going to put the two screws in the countersunk holes. I'm going to put that in position, and then I'm going to screw the screws in. You now need to decide where you're going to put the picture. In this case it's very easy because that is the actual centre of the wall there, and we do have some damage already from where a picture has already been hung. So I know that this cleat needs to be approximately there. So I'm going to start off by taking one screw. I'm going to push that through the hole. That will then mark the wallpaper. I've now got a small mark, so I'll know that my first fixing needs to be there. This is a stud position wall, so it is very easy to fix too. If you do have a solid wall, you would have to use wall plugs and screws. So to start off with, I'm going to tape an envelope just underneath there, and that will collect any dust. That will save a lot of cleaning up later on. To use these, it's very simple. You simply push it against the wall and drive it in with a Phillips screwdriver. So I'm just going to apply firm pressure. So that's one fixing in. We can now remove the envelope. There wasn't actually a lot of dust when we did that, but it's best to take precautions just in case. Now I'm going to put this port on the wall the correct way around. I'm going to put a screw in the first fixing just there. We can then put a spirit level on the top there. We can get that perfectly level. And then we can use a screw at this side. We can simply push that through the hole and that will mark where the second fixing needs to be. We can now take the second fixing and screw that in directly where the screw marked the wallpaper. Again, you do need to apply a firm pressure to these when you're screwing them in. Once we've done that, we can then take the second screw Once that's firmly fixed, we can then take the picture. We can simply lift that and hang it on the cleat. Providing you don't make the French cleat too long, you don't want it the full width of the picture. You do have some movement, so you can move it from side to side to give you some adjustment so that you get it exactly where you want it. As you can see, there's absolutely no gap at all between the wall and the picture like you get when you use a traditional picture hook. In a future video, I'll cover flush mounts. I'd like to thank you for watching this video, and if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel.